Sometimes I wish I could go back to just being the person who wore black walking around the event. You didn't know what the hell she was doing. Because when I tell you, once people found out that I was female, like I've been getting a lot of...
So they be trying to like, oh, you don't deserve the debut. Because I feel like that's common.
They think I have an attitude. Like, okay, a lot of women talk about it. A lot of women in business talk about it. When you are a business person, you can't, I mean, I wouldn't say you can't be nice, right? I love being nice to people, but you have to be stern because this is your product offering and you have to offer something of quality. But people aren't used to women being stern. So when I have to be stern, or let's say I can't cut up with people at the event because the power went off in a wall over there, I got to go figure out why the power is off and why these artists don't have light on their artwork, because maybe this vendor is overloading the capacitor. Like there are so many different things. Like people just know that they had a good time, but they don't know why, because I made sure that the power stayed on in that wall over there. Or maybe the Wi-Fi went out because water fell on the, like when I tell you the things that just go wrong at Geek Out, like you just kind of sit there waiting for something to go wrong so you can run and fix it. But then people come up to you, they want to cut up with you and they want to talk to you. And it's like, as much as I want to be a host, like a hostess host that looks cute and walks around and talks to people, I can't. I'm not there yet. I have to go and make sure that the vendors have power. I have to make sure that, you know, all of the garbage bins have trash bags in them, or else we're going to have a big old dirty place to clean up. And venues are already hard to find. So if you leave trash on these people's yard, you think they want to rent to you ever again? It's a lot of things that go into being a woman in business. And I'm very good at balancing that out. But I also understand that you can't control people's perception of you. So it's been hard ever since people found out that Geek Out is run by a woman. A woman and a man, because Edward Dean is equal partner with me. It's just that, I don't know, I guess I have a lot of good ideas and, you know, I tend to overshadow him. Is that the word I'm looking for?
But you're tall in stature too.
I'm tall and he's not as tall as me, so like that just, I guess that happens. But then I'm also the very organized one. I am very, very much the organized one. And you know, it's just been hard. I liked it more when they thought Shannon was running it, and Shannon would tell them, "No, it's not mine.
People still
it's Ashley." And then I would dive behind a table, and then it's her, and then she would be pointing at a wall, and I'm just like hiding under a table because nobody knew it was me. And then they thought it was Michael, and then Michael would be like, "The craziest thing, people think I organized Geek Out." I'm like, "Really? Wow. Well, you could just let them know to email the geekout242@gmail.com."
The drop.
And then I think they thought it was you at some point too, PG.
Someone actually did?
I think someone thought it was PG at some point. and I'm just like, really now?
I think people always assume whoever introduced them to the concept first.
Right?
Because like most of the time people, like I was telling you in the car when we was coming there, I was like, when people wanted a question on Twitter about the Geek Out, they was like, go ask Justin. He probably know or whatever. So like, you know, but thank you for coming back from the quick break. Spida-Bey had to go because, you know, I was a little bit late, but then I had to go dash and go get something very quick to be in time for, you know, this interview with Miss Ashley Adderley. Thank you for joining us again. Sorry for my tardiness.
No problem. I love my country. Let me first start that out.
No. Give them the bad first.
I love my country, but they are so in a box. Like they are just like, this is what we do, and we're gonna drink, we're gonna smoke cigars, and we
shake at the bar,
and that's fun. I do that too. But you know, there are so many different experiences available out here in Nassau that are dying because nobody supports it. So if you only support smoking cigars and shaking up at the bar, guess what's only going to be available? Smoking cigars and shaking up at the bar, you know? And like, I can't remember what I started this thought with, but
you love your country.
I love my country.
Give them the bad, man. Go deep.
But they're very, very
closed-minded?
Laggards. Laggards. In marketing, we call it the early adopters. You have the influencers and laggards. And it's those early adopters and influencers that basically help prop up your business till the laggards are like, okay, well, we'll support you now. But in the Bahamas, I feel like a lot of people are laggards. Instead of being early adopters and influencers. So you don't get, and so the early adopters and influencers that you do get can't properly sustain your business until the laggards come. Hence we do it every 12 month, times a year. We try to be as low cost as possible, which is why one of the reasons why I bigged up venture co-working, because they were a big reason as to why we survived. Even though we don't get 112 bar to come to the event anymore, them too, they were a big part as to why we were able to survive those early years, because just what we did was so different, and going to different sponsors, still going to different sponsors and trying to get people to say, hey, this is something that happens all over the world, but just not here. They don't see the opportunity.
What's been the ups and downs of the Geek Out?
Just when you're the first to do something, it's just very hard. This isn't a beaten path. It's a forest, it's bushes, and you have to beat that path. And then when you're finished beating that path, someone tries to undermine you, like, you didn't beat that path, I beat that path. And it's like, okay, well, peace be with you. And continue to beat your path, and then people just getting angry. Because I mean, for me, that's the way I operate personally. If me and you are bucking heads, I just don't want to have anything to do with you. I don't have the mental capacity. Like I say, I have to do so many things poorly. I do so many things for the Geek Out poorly. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's been some of the downs. Like I said, some of the downs have been trying to find sponsors who give prizes that are worthwhile for the cosplayers and the gamers. Some of the downs have been venue acquisition during a pandemic, trying to find loopholes, in order to host the event during a pandemic, still following COVID protocols.
I mean, they started loosening them up a little bit.
They're loosening them up now, but last year it was like, okay, only restaurants are able to operate. So I can't have the event unless it's at a restaurant. And a restaurant isn't going to let you use their venue for free. Not for free. They'll let you use it for free. But even if they use it for free or not, or you pay them, they have to have your bar. They're not going to give you the bar. They're not. Some of them will give you food. And then so having to tell certain vendors that supported you for years and tell them you can't come yet. I'm working on getting us a venue where everything can come back in full swing. But right now, if we want to have it now, we have to have it in this way. And then trying to get customers to understand that, hey, I can't bring Geek Out back in the way that it used to be because of the COVID protocols. I mean, there were just a lot of downs. Some of the ups is every single event. Every single event is worth it, because all the stress that I go through, you always have someone who says, that was the best time of my life. I'm coming to the next one. Every new person that comes, becomes a regular face. They're not like there and they're like, oh, I hated the Geek Out. People are there, and they're just like, how do I become a part of it? So it's nice that these people who say we're corny, it's nice that these people who have always been like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Cosplay? What is that? That come and then they see it. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like that meme with Homer Simpson as he goes into the bush and reemerges. These same people say, oh, that's corny. I'm not going to do that. And then they come and they just try to check it out. They're there to talk crap, but they come there, they check it out. And then they just see how non-judgmental it is. Because a lot of the times we go to these events. I love Bahamian events, but sometimes you go to these events and it's just a big judgment. It's a big judgment fest. You know, we just looking people up and down.
A certain
judging
event was like that. I don't call their name.
I know the event, bro.
And I've been there one time, and I just gone in, and I was like, "Why everybody just standing up watching everybody?" I was like, "Bro, this is the last time, and y'all don't even dancing, no nothing."
Exactly, because if you get up there and dance, they're gonna judge you. Oh, you can't dance. Oh, you can dance. Oh, like you, I don't like your outfit. Oh, she really shouldn't wear that hair. Like. You come there and you have a girl dressed up as seducer. Like her hair is in the air with hangers or however she got pipe cleaners. I don't know how she got that to get her hair to stand up in the air like seducer from the Powerpuff Girls. And it's like you see that judgmental atmosphere and like the Homer meme, they go into the bush and they reemerge with their Naruto headband. And it's like, it's just really nice that even though you get all of this negative feedback from people who've never come to the event, that when these same negative people who come to the event finally come, they take it back. So in the end, you can't control people. You can only continue to focus on yourself and growing your event. I want to have the first international comic and art convention here in the Bahamas, you know, and my awesome team members like Edward, Shannon, Adam, Staniel, Jameek, Michael, everybody, Hiram, everybody is what's making it possible.